Now it's 2:30. Time for Dhamma teaching from 2:30 to 3:30. How are you, my good friends? It's okay? Take your long breath, and then you will feel fresh. That oxygen can feed your cell, and then your body will fresh. You control your breath body to influence to your flesh body, and then your flesh body will influence to your mind. 3 steps. Our friend, our good friends, one of us left us. She has gone to some resorts. She thought that at the resort may be more convenience, because they have aircon, they have coffee to drink anytime at the resort. You know resort. But you cannot guarantee that you will get the real good friend from there. Okay. But here, I can guarantee that you will get a real good friend, because all of us, we have the same heart. The same heart that means clean, calm and clear. That means we send our eye and mind back to nature. No more I, no more ego. That's a very good friend. Today, I'm going to talk Dhamma in terms of problem and question again. Problem, when we talk about problems, you will know that in English we have 5 WH question about question. You know WH? 5 WH? 5 WH question. What are they? You see. When you look at the things, you try to answer all. What, where, why, when, who. 5. And then the 6th one, how to. How to do it. 5. When I talk about problem, what is problem? Who is problem? Who has problem? Where is problem? Why you have problem? You see? When the problem happens? And how to solve this problem? Can you answer? If you can answer this all, then no need to come here anymore. Because all over the world you can question in 5 and 1 H. 5 WH and 1 H. You see? When you take a leaf of the tree, just, what is it? See? Where this leaf come from? Why this leaf come out to the world? You see? You ask the question. How? How to do with these leaves? You used to be a teacher in so many levels. You know, you can teach anything, because when you know the truth, when you know the Dhamma, because everything is nature. And you can answer all 5 WH questions. You see that? Okay. So, what is problem then? Problems? I will give you equation of problem. Do you know equation? Equation. That means A equal what? B or B equals C, and then A equals C. You see, that's the equation. This equation, I use P, you know P. P equal C, you know C. In the bracket, E minus A. Can you follow me? What is P? When P is problem, C is concern. Concern, you know concern? E is expectation. A is actual.
So is what?
Actuality. The real situation. If C, you know C, 0, what happened? C 0. That means no I, no mind. C, this means no I. When C 0. So when you deal with the thing without I and mind, no problem. Because when 0 multiply with any numbers is 0. Right? So when no I, no mind, no problem. So why Buddha Dasa advise, when you walk, you just walk without walker. That means no I, no mind, no problem from your walking. Can you get that? That's P equal C in the bracket, E minus A. Again, if E and A equal, what happens? 0 in the bracket again. So 0 multiply with any number, 0 again. Can you get that? So when you work or you do things, you don't work without any expectation, but you work from your duty. So we say, duty for duty's sake. Duty for duty's sake. When you do your duty that I mentioned before, you will get the rights. Because duty and rights come together. If no duty, no rights. See that? That I mentioned about duty and rights. When you do duty and rights, that means you play your role. Only play the role by relative truth. You know role? R-O-L-E. Like your parents call you, you will play your role as a daughter. You see? When you walk in the bus, you play your role as a passenger. You see that? So your role change by the situation. So you play your role without any expectation, and then no problem. But you do the best. That's your duty. And then when you do your duty, the rights will come. When you pay the fare, you can go with that bus. You see that? If you don't pay the fare, the conductor in the bus will, okay, you go out of this bus. Because you don't, do your duty. And how come that you live in the world without expectation? Okay, life, you can set your goal. Set the goal. You see, set the goal and expectation, that's not the same. Expectation, that means your mood, your emotion. You want to get that from your mood. You are not at the present at the time. When you have expectation, that means your mind is reached there already. You want to be there. Your mind go very fast. You see that? But if you set your goal, that's by the law of cause and effect. Normally, people, they can make plan. You know planning? I think you have learned about planning. When you set your plan, you have to set the goal. The goal or the purposes or the objectives, you see that? That you set it, but no expectation. And good plans have to be flexible. You see that? Flexible. But flexible to be better, not flexible to fall apart. You know, when you set the plan today, but your plan will work next month. When the next month comes, so many factors change. You see that? So your plan have to change, have to adjust. You see that? So good plan have to be flexible. But if you have expectation, nothing change. You expect that thing will come. So live without expectation. And live without I and mind. If no I, no mind, no, the C is zero. Can you see my equation? C is zero. If you use this equation, your life will be very, very free from all. No more problem. Remember my equation? And then come to your real life. The problems composed of 4 elements. Problems composed of 4 elements. First, you concern. You see, that things concerned with you. If not concerned with you, that thing is your problem. Right? That thing concerned with you, number 1. And if only concerned with you, that's not the real problem. Number 2 come again. When that thing concerned, you see that is the problem. That thing concerned. But if you don't see that's the problem, that's not the problem. 1 concern, 1 you see by yourself, that is problem. From after this I will show you the example. See that? 3, you want to solve the problem. Even that concern with you, and you see that's the problem, but you don't want to solve. That's not the real problem. See that? Number 4, if the real problem you can solve. If you cannot solve, that's not the real problem. If real problem, any problem you can solve. Okay, I'll show you. You smoke cigarettes. See? You smoke cigarettes. So, cigarettes concern with you. Right? And then, you don't see that cigarette is the problem for you. So, smoking cigarettes, that's not problem. See that? If I come to you and say, cigarette is problem, I'm crazy. Because you don't see that cigarette is problem. You smoke and you enjoy smoking every day. Until you get cancer, you see that. Concerned with you, but you don't see cigarette is problem. So that's not problem. And you have 2 concerned with you, and you see the cigarette, that's the problem. It's caused your problem. You see? But you don't want to quit, you don't want to solve the problem. You see, that's not the real problem again. Can you see this example? Even I come to you and I try to explain, oh, cigarettes, that's caused so many problems. You listen and you smile because you don't want to quit. I try many days, but you never quit because you don't want to quit. You know? And then the last three, the last one in three components, comes, you see, oh, I want to quit smoking. One, concern with you smoking, and you see that's problem because at the night time you cough. You know, cough? You know, that's the good thing of smoking. Because what? The thieves will not get into your house at the night time. Right? Because the thief think that you are not sleeping. You know that. That's the advantage from smoking. And then, if you see, you cough, and then, oh, I want to quit. That's the real problem. If you have three, and then you try to work out on it, and then you can quit. That's perfect. You see, concern with you see the problem, and then you want to solve the problem, and then you solve. You work out on it, 4. That's the real problem. Again, suffering. Today, that I would like to talk about suffering. Suffering, concern with you. Yeah, suffering, concern with you. And you see, that is suffering. And you know what is suffering. That we have comparison. Fish in the water, but the fish never see the water. So many humans, they have suffering, but they never see suffering. How this thing can happen? Why? Fish cannot see the water. Amazing, you see that? Why? The fish cannot see the water.
Ignorance?
Pardon?
Ignorance?
Yes, that's ignorance. Then why? Why does ignorance happen? She or he cannot see the water. Because fish were born in the water and live in the water and die in the water. The fish never go out of the water. She never knows that she was born in the water because she born there, live there and die there. And how you can make fish to see the water? You have to take the fish out of the water. Can you see that? So if you born with suffering, live in suffering, and die with suffering, you never see suffering. So you have to get out or get away of suffering.
So that is not a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, suffering in that case is not a problem.
Yeah.
Because if you don't see the problem...
Yeah. If you don't see, that's not real problem for you. But that thing will go by the law of cause and effect. If you don't see, you see like you have cancer, you know cancer? If you don't know that you have cancer, that's not the problem. But when you go to the hospital, you make film chase, and then the film chase shows what happened then. You can see from the film chase. Because you never look, you never see the problem. You have problem, but you don't see the problem. But when you have a chance to see the problem, and then you know that you have problem now. You see? So you have to use film chase to see your mind. Your mind have problem or not? Did you go to the hospital and they use the film chase for the mind? No. Even they have CT computer, CT scan, you know. You cannot see your mind. Right? So, you are right. If you don't see the problem, that's not the real problem, because you don't see it. The fish never think that they have problem because they never see the water. Yes?
Fish sometimes jump in from the water.
Only temporary.
Yes.
Yeah, jump and go down. And they usually just like you blink your eyes and you cannot see it. If the fish can get out of the water, and you know turtles, 4 legs. The turtles, that she have 2 worlds, in the water world and in the land. So the turtles came out of the water, and she see the land, she see the forest, she see the fountain, she see the sun, she see beautiful ocean. You see that? And then she came down to tell the story with the fish. And the fish, oh, you are crazy. Why that story you make it? You see that? Like today, I try to tell you, because I used to live in the water. Understand that? And now I get out of the water, I stay on the bank. And then I try to tell you that you are in the water. You said, no, I never see the water. You see that? And then you will think that I am crazy to tell this story. You understand this analogy? Do you know analogy?
Yes.
That's the comparison. So, what is suffering then? But Buddha said, suffering or dukkha of the human, number 1, because of you were born. You were born, and then what? Getting old, and then getting pain, and then the death. Because you don't want to getting old, you don't want to get pain, you don't want to pass away. So you have suffering. That's only explanation. That's not the real problem. Only explanation from your feeling, but you never see it. So, where is the problem then? The problem in the mind. When the mind have problem, when your mind have problem, your mind have emotion, your mind have feeling to disturb your mind. And when your mind have the feeling to disturb your mind not stable, your mind shaking or vibrate, shaking like this. Not peaceful mind. Both negative and positive. Your mind not peaceful. When I mention this explanation, you have to think back to your mind. When you falling in love, loving feeling, is your mind peaceful or not peaceful? Falling in love. Fall, that means you fall down, not normal. Falling in love. And loving create suffering also. This loving from where? From ignorance. Not love from the right wisdom. Because this love comes from the outside world to symbolize your feeling. If that thing, beautiful, you love it. If that thing ugly, you will hate it. You see that? That I say this love with condition. You see that? with condition. So, the real love, you have to stay above positive and negative. And then that means you love without condition. Because above the positive and negative. That means your mind will be stable forever. That I will say that good-hearted mind. When you live with the good-hearted person, how do you feel?
So when you live with what?
Pardon?
When you live with
Good-hearted. You know hearted? Yeah, Hearted. Hearted person. Good-hearted. That means very generous. Love you forever, never change to hate, That's good-hearted. And if he has a chance to give you, he will give you. Never request anything from you. That's very good. Even you have done something wrong, he still understand you. He still loves you. He never change. That's good-hearted. Are you the people who has good-hearted? When you have good-hearted, or you live with the people who have good-hearted, how do you feel? Great, very good, very happy. Because the people will not take advantage or exploited anything from you. Exploited? You see that? And if you yourself is the one who has good-hearted, what happened then? You will be wonderful people. Because you stay with the good-hearted with yourself. You see, good-hearted just means your mind in peaceful mind all the time. That you can protect your mind by your mindful and right wisdom. Two things. Your mindfulness and right wisdom. Two things. When your mind checking positive or negative, that means you lack of mindful and right wisdom. Okay. In your daily life, the whole day, most of the time, your mind checking or your mind peaceful. You see that? You never observe. In your daily life, in 24 hours, how many hours that your mind checking?
all the time.
Pardon?
All the time.
All the time? Really? If you're checking all the time, you have to go to the psychiatrist or go to the hospital. You know that? You cannot stay. Okay, I will show you. If you laugh, how many hours can you laugh? You're laughing, you feel exciting. How many hours can you laugh? 10 hours? Can you? Oh, 1 hour only 1 hour, that's very tired. After laughing, That's your mind checking. So checking not very much each day, but you never observe. You never realize it. But when you get exciting with the positive, you misunderstand. You think that is the happiness. But in fact, that's the suffering. That is the suffering. But it's come to you as a delusion. Delusion, this means to conceive you. Because you don't see the truth. And then you think that is what? That is the happiness. In fact, that thing is artificial happiness, not real happiness. So you compare your peaceful mind and your shaking mind with exciting. From your experience, you have seen that? Your peaceful mind? You see, you observe. So, today, I would like to tell you about the 4 noble truths You know, 4 noble truths. 4 noble truths. Number 1, suffering. 2, cause of suffering. 3, the end of suffering. 4, the way to get out of suffering. 4 noble truths. This is the heart of Buddhism. That Lord Buddha said, if I don't know this, I will not declare that I got enlightened. I declare that I got enlightened because I have known 4 noble truths. So, 4 noble truths, that's the most important. That I try to explain to you. Do you know about the suffering? You see that? In the whole world, people, they misunderstand about suffering. Okay? So, come the first noble truth. And again, each noble truth, you have to answer 3 questions. You have to answer 3 questions. 1, what is it? 2, how to do with it? See? And 3, have you done it? 3 questions. In Pali, we call, what is it? We call in Pali, Satyayan. Satya, that means, what is the truth of the thing? Satya, that means the truth. Yana, that means, you know the truth of that thing. Satyayan. And then, how to do with it? In Pali, we call Kityayan. Kitya, that means working on it. How to work on it. Kitya, that means like Kitjakam. Kitya, that means action or working on it. You know? Yan, that means knowing. Knowing, K-N-O-W-I-N-G, knowing. You see that? So, Satyayan, Kityayan. And then the last one, Katayan. Katayan. Katayan, K-A-T-A-Y-A-R-N, Katayan. That means you have been done it already. And then you will get the result from your working. If you know and you don't do, like you know the theories, but you don't follow the theories, useless. But in 4 noble truths, you have to know 3, that means you have to work on it. See that? And then Lord Buddha said, if I don't have these noble truths that he has done in 3 questions already, that means if he don't have this, he will not declare that he is the Lord Buddha. He is the man who got enlightened. He got enlightened because he knows 4 noble truths. And he have done each noble 3 things already. And 3 multiplied by 4, how many? 12. So 4 noble truths, we say Parivat, Try Parivat, and 12 actions. You know, Try Pativat. Pativat just means doing around. 3. Try Pativat, that means doing around. 3 each noble and put together. That's all actions, 12. So if you observe, when they do what? The wheel. You know the wheel? The wheel of Dhamma. You see the symbol, the wheel of Dhamma. It has 12 what you call? Black. You know? Not this one. Not this one. You look over there. At the what? At your at my right side, you know? Yeah. That's 12. Can you count? Yeah. You count. That's 12. See that? Because 3 multiplied by 4. So, what is it? How to do with it? And have you done? Okay. Come to the first noble truth. So, suffering. That means your mind is checking. Positive or negative, that means not stable. When you contact with the environment, then you contact with ignorance, you have feeling. You see? If you like, you checking to that feeling. If you dislike, you checking to that feeling also. If contact with wisdom, you contact and then you stable, not checking. But you know what is it, but no checking. What is the right knowledge? You know that thing that contacts. The truth of nature, that's all things changing, not lasting. You know, that's changing. When it's changing, no need to cling, no need to attach. So you're just watching, you see how to do with it. That's all. Because if you love it and then that thing change, and then what happened? Yeah, you will have suffering. Okay? So, suffering, that means your mind is checking, both positive and negative. The second question, what is it? How to do with it? When you have emotion or your mind shaking, you have to know yourself at the time. Like when you get angry with someone, you have the anger appear in you. You have to know. If you don't know, and then that problem. There's so many people when they get angry, but they don't know that they are in anger feeling. You see that? You have to know. When you know, you just observe. When you observe, and then your anger will calm down. See that? That I give you, when you have that kind of feeling, angry, you are angry with someone, or you have anger in the mind, you use what? Long breathing. You have to see that you are suffering because there's anger or angry feeling, what? Harm you, hurt you, not hurt the others. You know that? So you have to stop it. And then the last question, have you done it? You have to answer yourself, I have done it, and then no more suffering. Lord Buddha compared this like someone shoot you with the arrow. You know arrow? And then the arrow stuck at your body, some part, like at your arms. What are you going to do when the arrow stuck at your arms?
How?
Pardon?
How? And what's going on?
You don't do anything, you have to look, who shoot me? Who is his father? Where is he come from? Or you want to look for that? Lord Buddha said, no, you don't do that. When the arrow stuck at your arms or at your body, you have to take the arrow out and then you put the medicine to take care of it. That's the suffering that you have to do with it. See that? No need to to ask who shoot you. And you will ask that question after you take care of your pain already. Otherwise, if you try to find out and then you will die before you find out the owner of the arrows, you see that? You understand that? So, this is the first station. Okay, second station, what is it? Cause of suffering. You see, cause of suffering come from where? Come from ignorance. Ignorance, the cause of suffering. You know, ignorance causes all problems, all sufferings. If without ignorance, no more problem, no more sufferings. And ignorance creates what? Desire. You know desire. Desire and ambition, that's different. You know ambition? Ambition does come from the wisdom. You have ambitions to push yourself, to develop yourself to be better. You see that? That's we call ambition, that come from the wisdom, right wisdom. But desire, that come from ignorance. That you have desire. Desire from where? From ignorance. When you have contacts, and then you will love, you will hate, you see, that's the feeling going right or left, positive or negative, that come from ignorance. So, the cause of suffering comes from ignorance and creates desire. And desire, it has three kinds of desire. Three. Number one. I'm looking for the word in English. Desire to have materials. To have materials from five senses. Five senses. You know? Materials that come to you, five senses. Come to your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, your body. That's we call the desire from materials. You want to have materials. So we call this sex. Sex. From five. Eyes want to see beautiful form or size, beautiful size. And ears want to listen to very good sounds that you like it. And what? Your tongue, you want to have good taste. Your nose, you want to have good smell. And your body, you want to have good touch. See that? That we call what? What? Desire from five senses, or desire from materials. And the second, desire from you want to be. You want to be, you know, you want to be. Like you want to be a rich person, you want to be a smart boy, you want to be what? A billionaire, you want to be what? A good man, or you want to be a prime minister, you want to be something. That's the desire also. See that? Not different from ambition, different.
But which is the difference between that and goals?
Pardon?
Goals. Like with what? Because my goal in my life is to be a minister, first minister, for example. Which is the difference between a goal and
the goal.
Yeah.
The goal and
the desire.
Desire. A desire. You don't want to do anything, but you want to have it. But if you have the goal that's in your plan, and then you work out on it. You work on it. Doesn't mean when you work, you stay with what? With the present. The goal is there, but you are at the present. You're happy now. But if you have desire, that means you want to have that now, but you don't reach there, so you have suffering. Can you get my explanation? So, the second one is you want to be. And the last one, the desire of you don't want to be. You understand what I mean? Like you don't want to be a sick person when you got sick, so you have problem. Because you are sick at that time, so you have to accept that you are sick now. I don't want to get sick, but I am sick now. You have problem. Yeah, that's you see that. That's the desire. You have to accept that you are sick, so you have to do your duty to take care of the sickness. You see that? So that's the desire, three kinds of desires. Desire of materials that from five senses, desire of want to be, and desire of you don't want to be. It's very clear? Yeah?
So do you ask the same three questions
Mm.
when it comes from a
Yeah.
suffering of that?
Mhm.
So the three questions are in all four.
This is what this explanation about what is it? First question. How about the second question? How to do with it? You see that? How? When you have desire, how to do with it? Lord Buddha said, you have to withdraw. You know, withdraw. Withdraw from desire. I don't know how to explain it in English. Don't to satisfy, don't to give. Yeah. You just withdraw from it. You know, withdraw from it. Like, you want to go to the other bank, and you use the bridge. You know the Rainbow Bridge? Do you know Rainbow Bridge? Where is Rainbow Bridge? Where is the Rainbow Bridge? Oh, you never see it? Rainbow Bridge between US and Canada. As Niagara Falls. They have Rainbow Bridge. It's really beautiful. I used to walk Rainbow Bridge. But I have to pay $1 when they walk through that bridge. I try to get in USA, but I have only one application, visa. If I get in USA and then I cannot come back to Canada. But I have some duty to present my research in Canada, so I can reach only at the border. I have to come back. I don't have multiple visa. Yeah, multiple visa. If I have multiple, that means I can go back and forth. But if only single, that's finished. So I pay only $1. That's Rainbow Bridge across near the waterfall, Niagara. Yes, I mentioned about the bridge. That Lord Buddha said, like you have to take the bridge away. When you take the bridge away, this means you cannot cross to the other bank. That means you are in this bank. So that's withdraw. That means you have to take the bridge out from desire. So you have to stop desire. And when you want to stop, what happened to your mind? If your mind still have ignorance, your mind will cry. You know, when cry for that that desire, you will cry for materials, you will cry for want to be, you will cry for not want to be. When your mind cry for, you have to be patient, you know. But he will cry not very long, and then he will calm down. But if you satisfy, you take how to say? When you have desire and then you follow that your desire, like you build the bridge and then you just walk through the bridge, and then what happens? You will create more suffering. Because when you satisfy your desire, never end. Not enough. You know that? You can satisfy only temporary, and you will need more and more. Okay, I will show you. You want to have what? $1 million. You know? And then you work very hard until you reach $1 million. And then your desire, what happens? You need 2 million. When you have 2, you look at 3, 4, 5, never end. You see that? That means you satisfy and you will run after. You never won your desire. Your desire never ends. So Lord Buddha said, even the rain pour down as a golden, as a gold, pour down on the earth, not enough for you. You see that? So why I ask you, do you have enough? No. Very few people, I have enough. When you have enough, that means you are a very rich person. If you don't have enough, that you still have desire, that means you are very poor. Even you have what? $1,000 or 1,000 million US, that's not enough. So Gandhi said, you know Gandhi? Said, natural resources of the world, enough for all humans, but not enough for the desire of one man. Can you get that? James? Natural resources, we have enough for all humans in the world, but not enough for one man. Desire, from desire of one man, not enough. You know that? So, when you have desire, you have to withdraw. And then you are free from desire. And how to get the real free from desire? You go to the next station. And then the last question, you have to answer. Have you done it? But the answer is, you have to say, I have done it. That means you have enough now, no more. So, have you have enough now? If not enough, that means you don't do it. You still what creates problems. You still create suffering, because at the cost of suffering. If you have little desire, you have little suffering. If you have more desire, you have more suffering. You see that? The cause and effect. Going like this. You see that? Desire inside. And who creates suffering? You yourself. Okay? So, you have to do it now. Stop desire. And how you can live then if no desire? You live happily if without desire. You live with your wisdom. You see, with right wisdom. You see all things that what impermanent, transient, and no real self. You just work for the work. You do your duty for duty's sake. And then that thing comes, you just use it. You use it as what? As necessary that you need. And when you have too much, you can giving to the others. There's no desire to hoard. You know hoarding? The word hoarding. And do you know that so many people, they they are hoarding a lot of natural resources. How about Rockefeller? Did you heard about it? About Ford. There's so many family in USA that they're very rich. And the people in Thailand now? Who is the richest in Thailand now? You don't know? Maybe you are the one who support him. Maybe sometimes you support him to get richer and richer. He is the owner of beer, Chang. Beer Chang. That's the richest of the people of Thailand.
Which beer?
Beer Chang. Beer Chang, elephant.
The grey one.
Oh. Chang. Yeah, Chang, Chang, right? Did you drink beer Chang? You see, you support him.
And the water.
You see, water also. You see that? He is the owner the land, every province in Thailand. That's the big landlord. And they put him on the list of the billionaire of the world. You know that? He can buy what? Football team in England. You see that? He can do many things because that's... So, you are the one who support him. You know that. And that he has enough now? No. You see? And now he is very strong. And then he can make more money. And in the world of money, when you have more money, you can make more. Even interest, interest when you put in the bank. Only interest. Each day, just amount of money for only interest. You don't do anything. You know that? You see, when you get like the plane, when you fly above to the sky, and then your plane at the what? At the level of what you call?
Altitude?
No. We call that the level that your plane free from gravity force, right? And then you can fly freely. That's when you get this in that level that you are free. You just because you get the money, even you sleep, you awake. That's why people say, what kind of fruit? That is fruit full all the time, never stop. What kind of fruit? That can bear fruit all the time. Even you sleep. That's the interest. Interest from the bank, interest from your properties. You know that bear fruits all the time. Even you sleep. You know that? So, why I try to say this? That's because of desire of the man. The natural resources contribution, not fair. You take a lot. In the meantime, that there are many people, they are lacking. So many people, they don't have even a piece of land in Thailand. Even they are Thai people, but they don't have a piece of land. But how about the owner of Beer Chang? Every province, they have land. And not very small piece. A bunch, abundant. I don't know how many acres. And he has to hire, that to pay for the lawyer. The lawyer have to take care of his land in every area. So he just drinking water or drinking coffee, and everything is moving. You see? So, desire never ends. I talk this, I don't want you to follow Bia Chang. And you never get happiness, real happiness. Because desire will cause your suffering. Because you need more and more, never end. And that means you still very poor. You have to know how much that's enough. How many churches enough that you have? Huh? How much food that you have each per day? See that? Okay, I will not talk much about it. And then, the second station is clear now. Number 1, suffering. 2, cause of suffering. Right? Yes?
I'm not fully agree about desires because maybe this man now who owner of all these lands are satisfied, like he did not share with other people. He doesn't care for whole world. For example, he care only for some kind of his desires and his family maybe.
I don't know. But you know, the way of the people who have a lot of money, a lot of properties, you know, even when they want to have lunch, they cannot have lunch at home. You know, sometimes they have to fly to Hong Kong to have lunch at Hong Kong. At home, not happy. Because they have too much money. You see that? When you want to have lunch, you take plane, fly to Hong Kong, 2 hours to get there, to have lunch at Hong Kong, and you fly back. And sometimes you have lunch, you cannot use your hand anymore. You will ask some other people to feed you. You know that, James? In Bangkok. You know? Some people come, sit beside you and feed you. You see that? That's amazing.
Sounds good.
From where? From desire. That's not from wisdom. Yes?
There could be a person who has a lot of money, but their desire wasn't to make money.
They don't know the real life anymore. What your life need. You see? Even to take the food from the spoon to your mouth, you don't have energy. You need some other people to do that. But for you, I think you will need that when you are in bed, you cannot move. That you got sick, right? But they are sick already. You see that? But they never know that the spiritual sickness. See that? Because of desire. When you have more and more, never end. When the desire ends, if you satisfy the desire, you don't satisfy desire. You have to withdraw and then use your wisdom. You see that? How much to eat, how much to consume the natural resources. You know now, one American use natural resources one day equal 500 Indians. You know that? One American use natural resources per day equal 500 Indians. You know what I mean? That means one American use natural resources in one day, but one Indian can use how many days? 500 days. More than 1 year. But here he used only 1 day. That means he used a lot of natural resources to make him happy. To satisfy their needs. Why? It's so huge of number like that. And the world now, if you develop the society, you want to develop the human, you want to develop Indian, have a chance to have to use natural resources equal American. What happened then? Can you imagine? What happened? Even now, the forest gone. You see, so many natural resources. So, when we talk about the Tokyo declare about the global warming, just talking. But the way that they do, they never do anything. They think that's not important. Like President Trump from US. Did you hear about him? Trump? You know Trump? He don't care about the environment at all. Not like Angkor. You know Angkor? That's the white president. That he got the Nobel Prize. You know Angkor?
Angkor?
Angkor, yeah. Right? Yes?
How can I know the difference between one necessity and one desire? Because in the actual society, for example, for me, to have a cell phone, I mean, it's a necessity, a real necessity, or it's just a desire? I can live without a cell phone maybe, but I have my cell phone, and why I can do it without a cell phone?
Who can judge? Who can judge? You know, who can judge? How much that you call that necessity? Necessity, that means if you don't have that, you cannot live.
Yeah.
You see that? If you don't have, like air, if you don't have air, you cannot live. Necessity, that means it's really necessary for living.
That is not easy.
Yeah, that's enough. So, what happens if we take the phone out? The world will come down to peace. Now the world is going crazy with the phone, you know. If you go to the class, you will see the students. They are crazy now. You know, when the teacher give lecture in front of the class, in the class, very quiet, you know. But they don't listen to the lecture. They send lies to his friends. So, the lecturer, I'm success today because the class very quiet. You know that? You see that? This technology is good, but if you know how to use it, but now the man crazy because of technology. You bring technology to satisfy your desire. You know that? Here I have telephone, but I never use all the time. When I want to come here, I can check how to come, you see? Because we can use it. But no need to have too many phones. You know? In America now, about 25% of US citizens that they use phone, and not only one phone that we call GZ. You know GZ, Generation Z. That means they use technology is a lot. They don't use only one window, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 windows going around like this. And what they are doing? One, playing games. And so many students now, they're crazy with the games. You know, they forget the lesson. You know that? So, if you satisfy the desire, then you are crazy. Okay? Then the time is up now. I can come only 2 nobles. It left 2. That's the third one is what? the end of suffering, and the last one, the way to get out of suffering. So tomorrow we'll talk about that. Okay, today this can make you understand more. Yes?
May I ask one question? How to deal with small desires? Like
How to deal with?
small desires, like
To deal with what?
to go to the toilet, I need to go to the, I need to have food and healthy food, for example.
Or food or anything?
And it's also desires actually. It's all,
Social.
all actions.
You please say very clear, because English is not my mother tongue.
I mean, as I see, as I feel, even to do very small actions, even to do meditation, even to do move finger, even to do to stand up and go somewhere, even to make any work. It's also need the power of desire a little bit, at least, and to have food.
Tomorrow I will give the answer, and I will come up with only one word: the rights. R-I-G-H-T. You have to know what is right. This right, not compare with wrong. This right above right and wrong. That's not the same right, you know. Right that means right from nature, not right from you. Right and wrong, that's from you. But in nature, only rights. Right, that means you know law of nature, you have to follow law of nature. That's the real right. It's above right and wrong. You see that? Right and wrong from human, that's cause problem. But right from nature, that's above right and wrong from human. Okay, tomorrow we'll answer that. About food, about shelter, that's how much. I would like you to look back to Mao Zedong period, you know, in China, that he create what? The mouse suit, you know, mouse suit. So the people in China have to wear mouse suit.
Mouse? Like
Suit, no, suit, not soup, suit.
like mouse, like the animal?
No.
Not
Like what? Oh, coat. Coat. Yeah, mouse suit. You see that they have the mouse style. So all people in China, they use only this. But now they change. So that's the world will go crazy now. The way that they use the natural resources. And I heard from the internet that one village, they sunk in the foam from the chemical. Get sunk, that means the foam, you know foam? From the chemical. That's so many people get suffer. Why? In Bhutan, you know Bhutan? Bhutan country. Bhutan in Bhutan, Bhutan. Yeah, that's Bhutan. They don't care about what? GNP, gross national product. They don't care about GNP, but they care about GHP. You know GHP? GHP is gross happiness product. Happiness from the clean air, clean water, you know, clean natural resources. So they limit the tourists to come in the country. They don't welcome all. Per year, how many people can come? You see that? Not crazy like Thailand. Welcome, come. You see? You know that? Because they really worry about their people. And you know what happened to Thailand now? How about in Pattaya, in Mataput? You know that? That's what industrial What industrial? Industrial, what, the area? And what happened to the people there? The people around the industrial area? There's pollution. I went to Israel, and Israel told me, I will not build car factory at all. You know car factories? That create a lot of pollution. And you can gain very little money. Jews are very clever. And they said they will buy all cars from another countries, and Jews make electronics. What is electronics made from? From silica. Silica, that means the sand in the desert. They bring the sand to make silica and create many thousand times of profits from sand. You see that? That's the brain of Jews. You know Jews. So why Hitler have to put them in what? But to blow gas to kill them, I think more than 3 million. That's we call Holocaust. Did you hear about that? You see? In Thailand now, finished. Before this, we have a chance to drink the water from the rain. But now you cannot drink. Why? Pollution from where? From industry. When I was in Norway in 1974, the snow in Norway, very bright, white. And then I look the black in the white snow. Where is that black come from? Come from East Germany at that time. East Germany, that belonged to the Communist Party at that time. And now they improve. That's they blow from Germany to Norway. You know, that's all over the world. You see that? That's from where? Desire. You know that? Okay, tomorrow, and then we'll talk. Stay here, be happy, and take long breath to keep your mind peaceful. I think you don't leave me alone. Now, what is her name? Your friend from Netherlands. I try to stop her, but when I observe that I cannot stop because her mind just and then she's gone. Okay? Stay with me until the end of the course. And I try to give my experience to you as much as I can, James. Okay? Okay, my friend, are you sleepy?
No.
Okay. See you tonight again at 6:30 or 6 that for evening chanting. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.